Hi everyone, welcome back to our page. My name is Lydia and I'm here today to tell you about my PMDD story. I was diagnosed with PMDD in 2023 after I lost my granny. My hell week and grief became so dangerous to the point that I was overdosing and self-harming. I generally just didn't want to be here anymore as she was my main support system, so losing that, especially during hell week, was incredibly difficult. Things got so dangerous that I ended up sectioning myself, but that ended up being the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because I was only in that unit for 24 hours before I got my period, and then suddenly all my symptoms had gone. And that is what started us looking into PMDD, and that is where I am today. So after I got my period in the unit, I was lucky enough, I was allowed to go home, thankfully, and I was under the care of my GP and therapist. Both of them are incredible and they asked the right questions, and we managed to link that nearly every single mental health crisis I'd experienced since 2019 had all been linked just before my period. We were able to then start on the hormones and followed the guidelines, that is from Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, through my GP. Started on the mini pill, then went on the coil, then on the coil and estrogen patches, and I have now been referred and under the care of Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, and that team is amazing as well. I have received excellent care from them. I am now in a place where I'm able to live with PMDD. I still struggle, I would say, about 4 days just before my period, but it's so much better than 14. I've sort of come to the mindset that I need to learn now how to live with it. I don't think the PMDD will ever go away. I think it's just about how I manage it. And the way that I do that is through my hormone patches. I've started opening up to friends and family, which means that when I am spiraling, when I am getting anxious, I can reach out to them. I'm no longer self-harming, I'm no longer overdosing, I'm no longer getting depression, like severe depression to the point that I'm getting suicidal thoughts, and I haven't needed any mental health support for over a year. So that in itself just shows you how life-changing hormones, talking to people and therapy can be. I do believe that my PMDD was triggered by trauma that I experienced in my late teens, early 20s, and due to the fact that PMDD is more prevalent in the neurodivergent community, I was also screened for ADHD, and that has shown a high indication of ADHD. So there is that as well. Both of these topics I'm incredibly interested in, and I will be doing posts about these in the new year, which is very exciting. As always, if anything that we post, if anything in my story, if anything in Jodie's story resonates, please reach out. We will both try to help you where we can. And just remember, it is not normal to struggle just before your period. If you do, please speak to your friends, please speak to a professional, whether or not that be mental health, whether or not that be your GP. Start tracking your period, start tracking your symptoms, because you may well have PMDD.